Hello and welcome to a Smurd P video, and today we're looking at Rise of the Powers of X issue 4. And our story begins where it left with Betrayal. Xavier killing Rachel Summers and Rasputin for attacking him, etc. And he calls on Mother Righteous to step in, where he can then deal a killing blow, which I actually didn't expect this bit, to be honest with you, but it's happened, which is great. So Xavier betraying everybody. The other thing is Mother Righteous has managed to make her what do you call it? Her blur. She's managed to dissolve the her that she has left in the White Hot Room. So she's managed to dissolve that as well, which is great. And Xavier, you would expect that Mother Righteous is going to have to play here, finally escaped. But actually, because she's used all her powers trying to get dominanthood, she is weak. And as such, Xavier manages to land on Krakoa and present her to Orchis as Status' wife. And that gives him some sort of leverage to have some initial conversations. So some of those initial conversations, we've sort of seen a glimpse on them in the fall of the House of the Powers of X. Oh my goodness, is that what it's called? I've lost my marbles again. It's early. When I'm doing this review, I've not had enough coffee. So this is written by Kieron Gillen. B Silva is on the art. David Carell is on the colors. VC's Clayton Cowles on the letters. Tom Muller and Jay Bowen, as always, are on the design. So this is the part that I'm talking about, this conversation with Orchis, and basically Xavier's come to the conclusion that the only way for his people to survive is to sell himself to the devil as such, and join with AI to eliminate humans and accept their living in a cage, the Krakoa Island. And basically that's what he set himself up, so his people survive against the AI. And he says that he's the ultimate sentinel. He's willing to do these things. Now, one of the things that, and I'm thinking about this now that I've read it, is things started happening together. Xavier doesn't do things for no reason. So by killing Rachel Summers, or Grey, I can't remember what she's called these days, actually sends her to the White Hot Room, where she is resurrected. So killing her, I know she was going to go and do the Phoenix stuff anyway, but either way, she's there. So he's not actually achieved anything. So maybe it was just part of a plan to get inside with Orchis, and maybe Xavier is perhaps not the bad guy we think he is. So anyway, Xavier's going to do something terrible, and they need to try and get the Phoenix egg back up and running. So, however, Rachel Grey is not going to be that person. So they're all gonna, so they can all sort of get through, etc. And we'll find out how in a minute. And they talk about the dream, and when we dream, is it not a lie? It's actually quite true. I mean, we all have dreams in life, right? And we want to achieve those dreams, but sometimes we know we're not going to achieve those dreams. We may think we're striving towards it, but in perhaps in the deepest parts of our hearts and minds, we know that that dream is a lie. Not all dreams are lies. Just to take the dampener off that bit, but I thought that was very, very interesting. Very, very great, and I did enjoy that moment, etc. So Rachel has a few ideas for Phoenix, and the cavalry getting back to Earth, it can do that, etc. And Exodus just doesn't want to fail Krakoa again. Now, Xavier, using his powers, he's already going down the dark path anyway, and he is working with Nimrod to take out any Orchis crew that are not faithful to the cause. And she says that was an easy one. You know, next up is human leaders being surprisingly organized, so military things, so bigger things that are going to affect Orchis or fight against Orchis, etc. So he does a few things that doesn't kill them, etc. So he's playing a game here. That's what it feels like to me. And Omega Sentinel seems to think it's amusing about this. She thinks she's in charge, so she's sort of gloating a little bit. And you're going to be in a little cage of your own, and you know, so forth and so forth. But she wants to get the X-Men away from Krakoa. I think they want to finish Krakoa because that is a signal for them fighting back, whatever. So, and he would have expected Moira to be there as well. But Moira is elsewhere. I think that's just to allude to this bit. That's good old comic writing. They mention a character, next minute the character's there. So, the Enigma is very interesting in what is going on. But he's not interested in Xavier because Xavier's not saying what Xavier knows. Xavier is keeping that bit in the thing, and, you know, all Enigma knows is that we win. He's been to the future. You know, it works, etc. So, Jean Grey is there now and forever. And perhaps we'll see a bit more in the Forever X-Men series that I am talking through, etc., running through, and, you know, sometimes providing thoughts. So anyway, very surprisingly, I think Rasputin 4 is back. I'm not entirely sure how, unless they've resurrected her in between. I don't recall seeing her being resurrected, but I'm not sure how they would do that because she's more of a really interesting character, but they must have had her DNA and all that good stuff there anyway. So Apocalypse is heading back to Krakoa. With Krakoa, we are going to go there. We are going to be resurrected. And then the question is how? Mother Righteous is here. How are we even communicating with that? Well, something sinister is the way that they're communicating because he is connected to the other Krakoa in the real world. And they're able to channel through to Doug and have those conversations of how they can get back. And, you know, Rasputin 4 wants to kill him, etc., you know, as which is to be expected. But you've been done over by Professor Xavier. You know, this is about, you know, getting home. I can redeem myself, etc. You know, here we have Apocalypse on the run from Sentinels. It's great. It's continuing on that story that we read last issue, which I do like, etc. And then 4 is over. The X-Men are back. It is spring. It is great. I love how they just come flying out there, which is great. And then once again, we've got Sentinel sort of gloating Xavier how many were killed. Is, you know, he doesn't want to know these things, etc. And then we get this next bit is the X-Men are attacking Sentinel City. What can we do to counteract this? He says he has the nuclear codes. Nice and simple. And then he just says, for once, us mutants must be on the winning side. And that's what it's about for him. So, battle galore. Exodus is not letting Krakoa fall again. And then you get Rachel saying, I wish I could be there to set the fire, but it's the one thing that Enigma has no way of seeing coming. Did she say that? That's interesting. Anyway, Enigma gets Mother Orchis, who tells everything about the White Heart Room, and then we get this sort of monologue about Phoenix. And just going back here, because I need to remind myself, he said he can go there and crush the bird as it emerges from its egg, but why take the risk? So clearly, the Enigma is scared of the Phoenix, and or trying to impose itself on there. So it's going to be interesting. I'm not sure how this is going to end. I'm not sure if I've read it correctly, which is the normal for me, because this, out of the two books, this is almost complicated. If the Phoenix come, we will all come. So interesting ending. I loved it. I'm still not sure I understand it, and I'm sorry. What kind of reviewer, reader, sharer am I? No idea. I'm just here. Anyway, I really enjoyed this book, and this is the one out of the two books that I don't usually enjoy, because usually it's a little bit more complicated. Usually it's more about the future, but this time it sort of comes in together, etc., which is great, and starts combining for that big finale. We got 2 more event issues coming out in May, which I'm very, very excited for, and then before the end, which ends with X-Men 35, which I'm truly... it's going to be sad to see Jerry go, but I'm also looking for something new, something fresh, and I just hope that it's all moving forward and not backwards, should we say. So anyway, I hope you like my video. If you do like my channel, please support my channel by subscribing. Thank you for taking the time to watch my video. Thank you for subscribing. As always, look after yourself and embrace geekiness. Take care. Goodbye.